Just a quick reminder, guys, December 3rd, Saturday night, I will be in Cleveland at the Hannah Theater. Beautiful theater. Did it a couple years ago. Psyched to be back. And I'm making my debut performance at the Wilbur Theater in Boston, December 10th, Saturday night. Oh, my goodness. Come on down, man. I'm very excited for both of these dates. I hope you guys can make it out.
This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Pete and Sebastian Show. We're back on what's up, bro? I'm beside myself.
Well, for the last 43 minutes, I was silently in the room listening to the troubleshooting that was going on between you and Patrick. And just as a fly on the wall, I gotta tell you, if the way you were talking, you sound like my father. Like your knowledge about technology is so minimal. The frustration, you're like, one of the things was, I don't know what's going on. You sound like my dad, bro. I don't know what's going on. It's like, guy.
But I know, but all the lights are blue. Everything is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And the thing I already learned with Patrick too, by the way, is he's one of those guys. You gotta interrupt. Because he'll just keep, like, he has that ability to breathe while he's talking. Like, he don't even stop for ass, or one word just goes in. So with him, I've learned, and he don't take it personal. I think he knows he's an interrupt guy. You got to go. I did that, Patrick. I already did that, Patrick. So, and no, I can't believe when I deal with guys like Patrick that they don't literally hold the phone with their hand and just yell out, "This guy's a fucking moron!" Like, I must be so frustrating for these guys.
Oh, I know, but the level of patience that he maintained over the 43 minutes, bro, I was sweating. The way you were talking, I was like, get this fucking thing up and running. And this guy's go, no, just go to your green light and then look at that and then go to the Ethernet. I was like, my God, this guy's got patience.
I know, but you sitting there in total silence. That's what I'm saying about you. You could throw out a, guys, I know you're doing your best. Hang in there. I'm not going anywhere. No, you just the whole time complete silence, as if your time is so valuable and this is like devastating.
No, I didn't want to get involved because A, I don't know what the fuck you guys are doing, and B, it's like, all right, I'll just sit here and catch up on some emails while they figure it out. It's not like I was sitting here like, but after a while, I started hearing you, and you know, it really burned my spine. The couple turnarounds. Jack, bro? It sounds old. Jack, what do you got down there?
Because she's down there going, the same thing happened to me, right? So now I'm going, what happened to you? What did you do to deal with it? Listen, I know your time is valuable. Everybody's time is, and I apologize, bro. I really do. I literally was ready for this show an hour ahead of time. I have my notes, everything. Shit.
It's okay.
We don't even know if this is going to last. We'll see.
I don't know. This connection is better than whatever the hell you've used before. We haven't really had any hiccups right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm good. No problems here.
All right. All right.
It's a little warm in here. I'm going to turn on the air. So what do you got? What's going on over at the Correale establishment?
You know, let me just hit you with one little nugget to get us warmed up, bro. I let myself down last week. Have you been following football? NFL,
from afar.
Like, you know, from afar, right? You know, I'm in Josh Allen territory. The guy might be the best I've ever seen. He's unbelievable. So I've been watching quite a bit of football, but still, as you know, diehard Jet fan. So last Sunday, the Jets were playing, and they're never on TV up here. I don't get any kind of package, but they happen to be playing the Packers at 1 o'clock. I'm so excited. I'm watching the game, and it's halftime, and I had some piles of leaves, so I figured at halftime I'll go dump my leaves and come back for the second half. So there's a place right up the block where you dump them. As I'm dumping my leaves, there's a guy dumping his grass, and he's decked out with the Bills jersey and a sweatshirt and hat, and they're playing at like 4. And as he dumps his leaves, he looks over at me and he goes, "Figure we'll get some yard work done while the lousy teams are playing on TV, because we only get 2 games on TV where we are." So he's mocking my Jets. I dump my leaves and look at him and go, "I hear ya." Then I go home, and what do I watch? I watch the New York Jets dismantle the Green Bay Packers in the second half to now be 4-2 and on their way to greatness. And I'm embarrassed to admit I'm a Jet. I was never. I let myself down, bro. It was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing.
Bro. I mean, that's well. Listen, the Jets historically have been awful. So the guy was probably talking about the past and wasn't tapped in to the present. I didn't know the Jets were good until they beat the Packers. Yeah, I didn't.
Right.
I wasn't tracking the Jets until it came up that they beat Aaron Rodgers. I was like, "Oh, right, they're good."
Man, they're not built good yet. They're not as good as the Bills or anything. But, I didn't want to have the back and forth with the leaves. It was like, "Oh, Jets, have they won in your lifetime?" Blah, 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 blah. So, and I felt like I come home, and that's what the Jets are saying right there to me. They're saying, "That's what you do? We just go out and dismantle Aaron Rodgers, and you're embarrassed to say you're dating us? Unbelievable." So,
who's the quarterback?
Oh.
Jeez.
The little guy. I can't remember his name now.
Well, yeah, you're a fan.
Oh, my God. This is crazy, bro. Something's happening to me.
I don't know. The internet's down. Your brain's down. What's going on over there, man?
I don't know.
Bro, you having a seizure? What the fuck is going on?
What's the quarterback of the Jets' name? The little skinny guy. All right, anyway, we got to edit that out. I can't remember.
No, leave that in. That's gold.
Zach, yeah, what the heck is going on? Zach Wilson. I'm losing my mind. Wilson. I was like thinking Chip. That's weird. I know. Thank you. Thank you.
What happened there?
Jackie just yelled up from the kitchen, Zach Wilson. Bro, Jack, you're not supposed to even be hearing this. I got padding up and shit. Bro, my life is falling apart, dude.
Bro. Wait, she's getting the cast in the kitchen?
I guess so. I don't even know I don't know how she heard all that, but yeah. I missed my cove, dude. My little cove down under the stairs.
Come on, bro. You can't blame it on the cove. This is you woke up and hit a wrong. I don't know. No, I'm good. You snap out of it, bro. Snap out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the internet messed me up for a second. So what's going on your end?
Oh man. Oh, what's going on my end? Last night I went to I guess it's called a town hall. I'm not into politics, as you well know. I mean, supporting, either way.
Yeah. What's it like this? That's interesting. What is a town like? Everyone speaks and stuff.
It's not really a town hall. It was at somebody's house.
Oh, okay.
And they invited one of the candidates, Rick Caruso, for mayor of Los Angeles, to speak in front of a group.
Cool.
And,
I've always wanted to go to one of those things. I mean, just see how it all plays out. The 14th, like when you I don't mean to cut you off, but when you see those things where they go, fundraiser $1,500 a plate, right?
Yeah.
And Obama's going to give a speech. Does it say in the invite like you're going to get to shake his hand and take a photo for the 1,500, or like does that just get you in the door?
There was no fee.
Yeah, not for this thing you're saying.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying. Like if 1,500, they probably got it tiered. If you give 50 grand, you get a photo. If you give 25 grand, you get a hello. I don't know how they tier that, but this was very informal. We went. We know one of the person who owned the house. We know her, and she invited us. So, let's go to this thing. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. It was primarily Persian, right? And I walked in, and Persian people are very entrepreneurial, very business-minded, and very family-centered, all right? And they don't like what's going on in Los Angeles at the current moment with the crime and all this stuff. So they're backing Rick Caruso. Now, Rick Caruso, running as a Democrat, he's going up against this Karen Bass, and the election's coming up in 2 weeks. Now, I know Rick. I met him 3 or 4 years ago. I wanted to meet him. I told my agents, I go, seems like an interesting guy. I'd love to meet him. Always been a fan. He's a big real estate agent, or sorry, not agent, developer out here, the Grove, and he's got the Rosewood Hotel in Santa Barbara. So I've always really been fascinated about kind of his business acumen. And now he's running for mayor, and I go. Now, he's speaking, right? And everybody's standing, listening. And he's, kind of laying out his plan. My question to you is, I knew a guy there, a guy I haven't seen in a while. And I tapped into the speech for about 10 to 12 minutes. But then I started talking to this guy in the back. And me being a comedian, I want to give the guy my full attention, but after a while, it kind of there was like a little hubbub. Like people start breaking off into little conversations and whatnot. So how long do you think the average attention span at a party like that would be to listen to a speech? If you were the mayor, would you go, all right, I'm going to give a 10-minute thing and then open it up for questions and get the hell out of there? Or do you go, let me just lay it out for a half an hour and really get into what I believe in?
Yeah, and this is running because the vote is soon, right?
The vote is in 2 weeks, yeah. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is.
Ah, man, I think it's a tough call. You hit him with 10 minutes, it's the same old 10 minutes I've heard here and there. Do you hit him with a half and roll up the sleeves and go, let me tell you what's, 20? That's a great question. 20 max? That seems long. It seems long. 12.
Okay, I feel if you're going to go longer, I believe if you're going to go a half hour, you got to have a joke writer come in and pepper this thing with some humor.
Yeah.
Because if you get into it, you're laying out your plans and then ta-ta-ting, and then like a little nugget of humor peppered throughout this thing. I think the audience then kind of pipes into the speech a little bit more. Not to say that he wasn't funny or charming or what have you, but as a audience member, I found myself talking to this guy during the speech, and I got fucking scolded. What? Guy came up to me and touched me on the arm and said, "Could you keep it down?" I make fun of those people, bro. I make fun of people who talk during the speech.
All right.
As a grown man, I got told to pipe down. That's...
Yeah, listen, and celebrity too. I mean, I've been in an establishment where I went to smoke once in Aspen, Colorado, because there was an ashtray, and there was a cigarette in it, and they go, "You can't smoke in here." I go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I saw the ashtray with the cigarette," and they go, "Yeah, because Whoopi Goldberg was in here." Like it was understood that she could smoke and I can't. So she can light up an Aspen, and you're getting shushed, guy. Now. My first question is, how far into the speech were you when you got to shush, would you say, time-wise? How far was he in about?
I'd say we're in about 16, 17 minutes. I got to shush.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're beyond, you're good to go there. You're beyond 15 minutes. It's like, hey, he should shush with his speech.
Here's the beauty of it. Totally respected it. totally was on the guy's side. And this happened to me earlier in the week. Lana went in to a grocery store to get some things, and I was in the car with the kids. The lot was packed, so I parked on the side in one of those fire lanes, right? So I'm just waiting for her to come out. Security guard approaching the car, right? Now, I know he's going to tell me to move. I know it. I roll down the window. I said, "How you doing, sir? Would you like me to move?" Bro, I beat him to it. All right? And this is a little lesson for those of you out there who tend to get angry or defensive in these types of situations.
Yeah.
I pleasantly told him, "Would you like me to move?" He came back with, because he was stunned, because this guy's probably getting yelled at constantly throughout the day. He goes, "Yeah, there should be some spots, man. If there's not any spots, you could park over here." He actually gave me a better spot to park in.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Because I just was cooperative, very compliant. I could have said, okay, it could have been a problem.
Yeah.
But I find when I'm in the wrong, as I get older, I was telling Lana this, I feel like I'm in a growth spurt right now where I'm like learning to take a pause, maybe think about what I'm going to say, and then say it. Now, I know you fly off the handle, right? You don't have that ability. Am I correct?
Not as well. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I feel like you get angry, and then it's just, there's no like controlling that. That shit just comes out, and it was evident with the internet what just happened prior to getting on. The frustration was coming through. But on the flip side of that, you had Patrick, who maintained composure for 43 minutes. Yeah, he's probably going to go home tonight and scream into his pillow. But the way he handled you was just textbook. I wish we would have recorded that. You could send that out to customer service call centers all over the country.
It was.
This is how you deal with an old man.
Bro, old man. I mean, I was with you with the whole speech until you hit me with that. I mean, look at his face, guy. His face.
I'm not talking
I was this
appearance.
way when I was 20. No, but I'm saying I was this way when I was. But don't you feel that if we were two Patricks, me and Patrick, that this wouldn't have gotten fixed maybe either? Because then there's you. I feel like as much as you need that calm, patient Patrick, you need the fire. You know what I mean? You need the pressure. You need the. I mean, people argue you don't. I'm just a loudmouth man in middle age, but. And I mean, I love when you have these moments and you have these epitomes. So I'm glad you're in a Yoko Ono stage right now, guy. I'm very happy for you with that. Give peace a chance. But let's have a conversation the next time someone dents your car at a Ralph's parking lot, all right?
Well, that's another story. That's aggressive.
Now, but I hear you, though, with like when you realize you're wrong in a moment. But still, I'm at an age where when someone tells me what to do in any capacity, it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it. I get the frustration. I get it. I'm just saying, as an exercise, maybe the next month, anytime you feel like flying off the handle, maybe we pump the brakes a little bit and take a different route,
All right, guys, today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There's over 70,000 events. You ready for this? Every single day at SeatGeek. Sports events, concerts, festivals, including even myself and, of course, Mr. Sebastian Maniscalco. You can get tickets for our shows on SeatGeek, which, by the way, December 3rd, Cleveland Hanna Theater. December 10th, I'll be at the Wilbur Theater in Boston. But it's not just concerts, man. With the NBA season tipping off, playoff baseball just coming by, and now with the NFL in full swing, you're not going to want to miss out on SeatGeek. Plus, artists like Post Malone and Jack Harlow are on tour. I know they're very popular right now, and they are on SeatGeek. They always want to make sure that you're getting a good deal. So when you go to SeatGeek, you're on the app. And when you're on the app, you want to look for the green dots. The green dots means good. Red dots means bad. Every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee, and SeatGeek is the only site that lets you return your tickets ahead of the event with swaps. And you know, we came through for you on the cast, guys, because if you use the code THECAST, you will get $20 off at SeatGeek. That's $20 off your first purchase with the promo code THECAST. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app. Use the code, one more time, THECAST, for $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Go enjoy that show, guy. Yeah, no. Did I tell you the one when I was in Mohegan Sun, the elevator after my show? I didn't even tell you that one.
No.
I was going back to my room. I was on the 25th floor. It was one of those express elevators that started on the 24th floor, right? So it didn't even stop till it hit the 24th. And I'm on there with an elderly Asian couple and another woman. And I'm against the back wall. Now, it stops at 3, level 3, and this is like 10:30 at night. And, only thing there is the spa and the pool. And these 5 boys get on. They got to be like 15, 16 maybe. Soaking wet, barefoot, in bathing suits. They all get on. And 4 to 5 are significantly overweight. Big, heavy-set boys, soaking wet, giggling, and they all get on. I'm leaning against the back wall. As the doors close, it starts to go up. Big fella right up front, all soaking wet, pulls from his wet bathing suit a vape, and he puts it to his mouth, and he's about to suck it. And I look over, and I go, Meatball, put the vape away. Just like that, right? Right. Swear to God.
Wait.
Oh, bro, you have no idea how this ends.
Wait. I can't skip over Meatball.
Well, it's only one. A soaking wet fat kid, 15 years old,
No, I get
barefoot
it.
on an elevator. The Mohegan, too. It's nice.
I get it. But are you at all, and obviously not, but did it come across your mind that they have parents and they could be getting on the elevator with them, or they could be waiting for them to get off the elevator on that floor? Does that cross your mind at all, or do you just react?
Right. I kind of just reacted, but I reacted like a parent, and I felt like if any one of these kids' parents were on that elevator, they would go, Meatball, put your vape pen away. Right?
Okay. Continue the story.
So the kid looks, and he goes, and he looks at me, and he puts it down, and he goes, sorry, like that, and all of his friends giggle, right? And I go, oh, sorry? Were you sorry? Hey, come on, use your head. You're gonna smoke a vape pen in an elevator? Use your head. And then the elevator doors open, and I get off. And as I get off, the littlest one of them all, right? I hear him. He goes, use your head. And then I hear him go, asshole, like that, right? I whip back around, put my hand in the elevator, and I look at the little one, and I go, apologize, and stop being disrespectful. And then as I walk away, a couple's getting on, and the woman looks at me and goes, she lips, thank you, like that. Boom. Are you kidding me? Right? Are you kidding? And I know they call, I think I heard them call me an asshole again when it closed. You know what I mean? But still, in the moment when there's an adult man in the room that's going to put you in your place, you melt down like the little girls that you are. It's unbelievable, man. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if any of them went to their dad and said, oh, Tommy went to smoke his vape pen, and the guy yelled at him. I think the dad would smack Tommy in the back of the head and go, yeah, smoking a vape pen in the Mohegan Sun, elevator with adults.
Yeah. Listen.
Bro, don't get me wrong. I mean, I read the room, too. These were like, probably, kids come from nice areas, good, no, not bad areas where, they're used to confrontations. I scared the hell out of them, If it was, I read the room.
I just love the meet. And besides the kid, you said there was another woman in the elevator with you guys?
There's a woman by herself, but then there was an older Asian couple, and they were back against the wall, and these kids got on wet, and the woman was leaning against the wall, and the kid pulls out the freaking vape pen.
Okay, after Meatball, do you side-eye to see if you got a reaction from the other adults in the elevator?
Zoned in. I was so zoned in on these boys.
Oh.
They were just ridiculous.
No, because I would have checked to see if they were if I was in the elevator and I didn't know you and I hear that, I'm dying on the floor. I go, this guy.
They were a little thrown that I said anything, man. Yeah. But didn't you, when you were younger, there were times when you'd be disciplined by an adult stranger, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I've seen that happen around me. I just haven't seen, they left out the word meatball. I mean,
right.
They disciplined, but they said, hey, man, we might want to not do that in the elevator. They didn't open the fucking dialogue with, hey, meatball, put the vape pen down. If I was that kid here, but here's the thing with today's kids, them being in 15, 14, whatever they were, teenagers, I would go, wow, we're dealing with a nut job in this elevator. We better shut the fuck up before he starts opening up on us. You know what I'm saying? Like I would if I was a kid and that happened to me, I would tap my buddies and go, shut up. Let's just get this guy off the elevator before he starts swinging. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I don't know. I feel like if you would have been a kid, you heard it. It was more like when kids are being knuckleheads, and they know it, and you're just calling them on it. It wasn't like, hey, you little shit, put the vape pen down. It was like, meatball, put the vape pen away. It's just like that. And he knew, all right, I'm being a dummy, So that's how I feel it went. But leaning back in, tell him to apologize. That was a little.
That's a whole another.
Well,
level.
It's just like and it was like be respectful, and it was just I don't know, man. Maybe that's old in me, but it was like felt good. Came out of nowhere too. It just pow. I wasn't expecting to do that. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try yours though.
Bro, I mean, don't try mine. I mean, this is unbelievable content for the cast. Just keep doing what you're doing. Forget I even said what I said about you taking pause. Just keep plowing through life like this and reporting back on the cast because this shit is gold, man.
But it's a little hypocritical, because I definitely don't. Sometimes there's people I'd like to do it to or say something to, but I'm afraid there will be a physical situation or the outcome won't be good for me. So I feel like I'm preying upon a little bit the people that do wrong that I can prey upon, Yeah. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but Yeah,
you probably wouldn't say that to a 300-pound man that got on the elevator wet and he decides to light up a vape pen. I would
probably more of a whisper under my breath, like Jesus Christ, something that if he goes, "What was that?" I could be like, "No, I just was reading my phone." Such get some balls, Correale. Anyway, man. All right. So what were you going to say?
Kind of along the same lines of like calling people out and whatnot. At this fundraiser, I was talking to the woman who was hosting it. It was Lana myself and this woman, and she's like, "Oh, I hate these parties. I kind of hate like small talk." Right? I go, "Man, me too. I'm not really into like, oh, my kid's sick, or like I want to talk a little bit more about some interesting stuff or whatever." And a guy was walking by, and he had a Patagonia jacket on, one of those like kind of ski jackets, but light, and he was with his buddy. And out of nowhere, and I don't know where this came from, but I kind of pulled a Pete, and I go, "Hey, bro, is that the first time you wore that jacket?" He goes, "What?" I go, "That jacket you got on right now, is it the first time you wore it, or is that a jacket you always wear?" He goes, I wear this a lot, but I don't think I should have wore it tonight because I'm warm. Now, I turn to the woman, I go, "See, this is what I'm talking about. These types of conversations you could start with somebody, and it's totally out of left field. I didn't know the guy, right? And all of a sudden, he's opening up about his temperature and how hot he is, and he shouldn't have wore it. This, that. He don't even know me, bro."
Right, but but is it? Go ahead.
No. I'm just saying, like, out of nowhere, these are the conversations I want to start having at parties, just to break the icebreakers. And I have a couple others. For example,
yeah, that's still small talk.
It's small talk at an elevated level. Come on. Here's another example I'll give you. Because I'm finding myself in these situations more often. Because now I'm going out with a lot of parents from the kids' school, which I don't know. So you go out to a dinner with a couple, right?
Yeah.
And it's that same kind of conversation you always have, breaking the ice conversation. And, "Oh, how'd you meet?" "Well, we met. Where'd you get married?" That whole, like that whole superficial stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I threw out one the other night. I go, "In the morning, who makes the bed? You or him?" And they stare at each other like, well, sometimes you make it, sometimes I make it. Granted, small talk, but here we go, and we're opening up another layer of the relationship.
I like it.
Okay, I come back with, before you guys go to bed, do you go to bed together? Like, if you're on the couch, does someone say, "I'm tired,"
Right.
and now all of a sudden the other person has to follow the tired person into the bedroom? Or does someone lay out on the couch and somebody else goes into the bedroom? How do you guys work it?
Wow, that's interesting. Depends. If I'm home for a while, we tend to go to bed at the same time. But it also depends. Like the past few nights, I've been watching the Yankee game, Walking Dead. But if there's nothing on, and one person gets up to go to bed, and the other one doesn't get up to go, it's kind of like, what the fuck's going on with you? Now, I got a question with you with the bed. Do you, when we get out of the bed in the morning, right? We go downstairs, put the kid to school. Sometimes as a favor, I usually come up and I would try to make the bed before Jackie comes up. Now, she's got this thing where it's got to air out for like 25 to 30 minutes before you make it. Sheets all the way down, pillows off, let the bed breathe. What's your take on that? Does Lana do anything like that?
No. I don't know what's the purpose of that. What do you mean breathe?
She says whether you realize it or not, at night people sweat, so, the bed, she goes, it needs to air out from all your body. Your body is trapped in there and the air, and, whether you're passing gas, whether you're sweating, you don't know what you're doing. You just got to let the sheets breathe is her thing.
That's a nice technique, actually. I might adopt that. I never really thought that it has to let it out a little bit, let it expand.
Right. Now, do you make your bed?
No.
No.
I don't make the bed. but my kids are making the bed.
Right.
No, they're making the bed in the morning. On the flip side of that, when Lana and I go to bed at night, we've been together, what now, 2009, 13, 14 years. I think we haven't gone to bed together just once. And that's because she fell asleep on the couch. I tried to get her up, and she didn't want to get up, so I left her there. Now, I don't know if this has ever happened in your relationship, but Lana the next morning said, "Why did you leave me on the couch?" I said, "You didn't want to get up. You were fighting me. You were like, just kind of waving me off." She goes, "Yeah, but next time that happens, can just pick me up. Pick you up." I ain't a fireman, right? I mean, can you think in your condition, and you're in shape, do you think if your wife is dead asleep on the couch, can you cradle her to the bedroom from that position?
Not a chance. Even if I could get her from the couch up there, the way I'd be carrying her, she'd like 2 seconds in be like, "I'm up now." Shit, right? Like a gentle where the person doesn't even wake. I couldn't even do that to my daughter after she turned 4. All right, guys. Got another ad here, and it's an important one. Miracle Brand time. Did you guys know traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat? My wife was ahead of the game. She always makes us air out the sheets for like 30, 40 minutes before we can make the bed, even if nothing went down the night before, I never understood that, but apparently there's bacteria, and it can lead to acne, allergies, stuffy noses, and quite frankly, it's just a little gross. Miracle Brand offers a whole line of self-cleaning, eco-friendly bedding sheets, such as pillowcases, comforters, and they prevent 99% of bacteria, and they require 3 less times of laundry. You understand what I'm saying? You got to wash your sheets 3 less times often if you use Miracle Brand. Using silver-infused fabrics originally developed by NASA. Are you kidding me? The space program? Miracle Brand sheets are thermoregulators and designed to keep you at the perfect temperature all night long. These sheets are infused with natural silver that prevents 99% of the bacteria growth, leaving them to stay cleaner and fresh 3 times longer than any other sheets. No more gross odors, okay? Miracle sheets are luxuriously comfortable without the high price tag of other luxury brands. Something we could use now, some low prices. Get yourself Miracle sheets. They're the perfect gift for your spouse, your friends, your family. Who doesn't want to sleep better? Who doesn't want a more luxurious feeling from their bed sheets? And since these come with 3 free towels, you heard that right, 3 free towels, you get 2 gifts in one, just in time for the holidays. Go to trymiracle.com/thecast to try it today or to gift it to someone special this holiday season. And we've got a special for you. We always do for our listeners. To save 40%, be sure to use the promo code THECAST at checkout. And thank you, Miracle Brand, for sponsoring this episode of the Pete and Sebastian Show. I love the move of leaving the wife on the couch, because I've had that where like Jackie falls asleep on the couch, and times where she's like, and I never thought to just, all right, man, leave you. Now you guys go to bed every time when you're home.
Yeah,
bro, that's fantastic. That's like they say McCartney and his first wife never spent a night apart together. Even on the road. I know you don't do that, but to say you always went to bed together when you're home, now what happens if like there's something, a game is on and Lana's tired and wants to go to bed and you want to catch the end of the game or something? You're just like,
she'll stay out there, probably fall asleep on the couch. Every time someone goes, it's generally me. I'm like, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to bed, and then we go to bed together. There's no like, I'm going to catch this or I'm going to read a book or any of that stuff. And I know you guys are into this, reading books in bed. I've tried that. Lana's tried it while the other person is next to them, right?
Yeah.
And we talk so much. There's just no way you could get any reading done. Like if somebody's gonna read, and I'm gonna sit and watch her read, or I'm gonna be on my phone and she's gonna be reading. She'll either pop off the book and go, I talked to my mom today, and there's no way anybody could knock down pages in the bedroom. Are you guys knocking down pages in the bedroom?
No, I don't read in bed. I haven't done that in a long time. We I'll read like just at night before I go watch TV, like before dinner or something. But
How do you read?
I read in a room I have at the couch, and I just I grab a book. I can't commit right now to a book. I don't have the time, but right now I got this Civil War book, and I've been pulling it down, and it's a big pictorial book, and I just look through a few pages for like 20, 30 minutes before we eat dinner sometimes, because that's when I got nothing to do, downtime, and I got to stop going on that phone, man. I got to stop. It's like crazy, dude.
Yeah, I know. You could get sucked down a rabbit hole on the phone, but as long as we're talking about watching TV and
yeah.
Where are you at with Dahmer?
Back in the Dahmer game. I got notes and everything. Just finished the episode. He's caught now, but we just kind of went through the whole one with the guy who was deaf that he was in kind of like semi in love with, and then so he had the apartment, and his dad came, Dahmer's father came to visit him, and the apartment was really clean, and the father was like, that's the other thing too, dude. Do you remember that scene?
Yeah.
And the apartment was spotless. It was still a dumpy apartment, but it was clean. And he's like, yeah, Dad, changing my life around, Dad. I want to thank you, Dad. And then he's got a little fish tank, and the father's like, I see you even got some fish, Jeffrey. Yeah, Dad. On the weekends, I just kind of sit here and stare at them for hours, They're really cute and stuff, And the father's like tearing up, going, well, at least you found something you like, Jeff. I'm like, guy, your kid just says he spends his weekend staring at 2 fucking goldfish, and you think he's good? I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Even the fucking stepmother was looking over like, we're good? All right, we're good with this? All right, that's cool. Oh, shit.
Yeah, there's just signs there. I mean, if I would have told my dad I was looking at fish on the weekends, he would have said, pack your bag. Let's get the fuck out of here. You ain't living alone. And then we would have went back home, and he would have intervened in some way, shape, or form and retrained me or re-raised me or something. But to let that go and just say, hey, listen, that's like normal behavior. I mean, I don't know. And how clean could you make the apartment after you've been drilling people with a fucking drill in the head? Like, I mean,
right. Well, I think he had taken a break from that for a little while, it looked like. But remember the scene before that when his father was finally confronting him, and the father goes, I want my wooden box back. He has like a wooden box. And they go upstairs, and he's making him open it. And for anyone who didn't see this, it was crazy. The father knows there's something in there. Jeffrey says he doesn't have the key, so the father goes downstairs to get a screwdriver. While the father's gone, Jeffrey opens the box, takes a fucking head out, and hides it near the side of the bed. And then when the father comes up, he's like, I got the box open. I found the key, Dad. And the father never knew there was a head on the side of the bed. And it's like, you think the father knew, all right, he took something out of his box and there's something in here somewhere, but I don't even want to know. I'm getting the fuck out of here, right? This kid. And then when he fried the guys, the black deaf guy that he was in love with, I don't know what it was, his liver or something. He put a little olive oil in the pan and he gave it a light fry, right? Bro, it's crazy though, because it did look delicious. It looked like a nice filet mignon, guy. Oh shit. Oh my God.
Now listen. Did you see the part where he brings over that skin sandwich over to to the neighbor. Did you see that?
No, I don't think I got that. Is that in the flashback?
He goes over to talk to the neighbor, and he's got a plate with tinfoil on it, and he puts it down on the table, and the woman goes, "What's that, Jeffrey?" He goes, "It's a sandwich. I made it for you. Eat it." She's like, "Nah, I'm okay." And he goes, "Eat it. I made it for you." You know. And he goes on and on. He gets actually angry that the woman ain't eating the sandwich. And the sandwich is obviously made out of body parts. Yeah, like skin and meat or whatever the fuck it is. But I'm like, Jesus Christ. I mean, the deaf guy. Do you remember when they're sitting there playing a game? Like he made up some game he used to play. And it
with
was
chicken
like
bones.
What is it?
And they had the little chicken wishbones with the pieces.
Yeah. And then, I don't know if you caught this, but he said if you land on that, you go into the vortex or something if you land in the middle. And the guy on the piece of paper, the deaf guy, writes down why. And Dahmer has like a fit. And he goes, just because. In that moment, the guy, the actor, like, I felt like his hearing came back. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like kind of put off by that, maybe from the action of him doing that. But I felt like it was so loud that the guy like it penetrated his hearing. And I'm sorry, these are signs. Like, I remember when you go on a date with a girl. This is prior to dating Lana. Like there'd be like little signs on the date where I go, I ain't calling this one back. Like where is any of that here?
I know. Well, I think they were trying to show you with the black deaf guy that he was so yearning for love. Like he wanted so bad to be loved that you overlook so much to have that. It's I don't know, man. I don't know how else to describe it. I mean, you've never been with a pretty girl that was done something kind of crazy, and then dude, I dated a girl once in college, and it was at the end of the year. I was literally going home to Long Island for the summer. The very next day, I think it was I was done with my finals and all that, and she had gone out. I was a sophomore or whatever. Long story short, she heard I was with some other girl. So she came back to my apartment and seemingly my dorm nicely at night. She's like, hey, what's up? And as soon as I let her in, she's like, what did you do? And she started hitting me and she scraped my face. And I had these scrape marks all across my face, bad. And I'm like, dude, what the hell? So I went home. The next day I went home. I had these scrape marks. And my parents were like, what happened to your face? I was like, I dove for a softball in the bushes. We were drinking. I was playing softball. And then a week later, they were much better, but they were still there. And I was messing around playing basketball with some of my high school buddies. And a college buddy came to meet us. And I didn't have time to tell him ahead of time. So as soon as he gets out of the car, I'm going to change the name for the girl's sake. But as soon as he gets out of the car, he looks at my face and he goes, dude, those are still from Nancy? My God, I thought they'd be gone by now. And all my buddies like, Nancy, I thought you dove for a softball. And my buddy goes, nah, this nut job girl scraped his face. Point of that story, started junior year, dated her again.
That's what... Your tolerance is way, way high on that stuff.
Well, she's good looking.
Yeah, good looking, but Jesus Christ, you got abused.
Yeah, it was a one-time thing. She was nut. Yeah, you got to take the good with the bad with the hotheads. But so if one time I remember she was wanted to be a model when I first was with her, and I was in her dorm, and she had a portfolio you make as a model, and she's showing me her portfolio. And she had Avion water, which was kind of unheard of back then, right? But she was like, oh, I drink Avion. It's good for my skin. And then she dropped the bottle, and a little of the Avion landed on her photo. And she irrationally, like, got so upset and she started crying. Like, that's just like Dama knocking over the thing and going, because that's how you play. And I just stuck her. Like, that bro in the middle of the night could have, like, been putting a pen through my eye. And then you'd be watching a movie going, guys, she spills the water on the picture and you stick around after that reaction. You know, so maybe the guy was just in love with Jeffrey.
No, I get it, but I was out with a girl on a first date once. Took her to an Italian restaurant. At the end of the meal, I still had chicken parm. Had some chicken parm left. And she goes, "Are you going to eat that?" I go, "Nah." She goes, "Do you mind if I take that home and I'll eat it for lunch tomorrow at work?" Fuck it. What, you going to make a profit off this thing? You're gonna take my chicken parm and eat it tomorrow at lunch? Now, in my head, I go, "This is we ain't going out with this one again." Right? No. So on the way home, right, I dropped her off, and I'm leaving. She calls me and goes, "I left the chicken parm in your car." I go, "What?" She goes, "The chicken parm. I left it in the car. Can you come back and get..." Come back? That's it. I'm on the highway.
I come back with the chicken parm. I mean, this woman is literally doing everything like if it's a sitcom. And the friend says, "Okay, we want to make sure Sebastian doesn't ask you out for a second date. What could you do that would drive him nuts?" "I'll ask for his leftover food for lunch the next day. Then I'll leave it in his car and ask him to come back with it."
Wow,
man.
bro. That was the end of that.
Man. So I don't know how many more of these Doms the guy got. So did you, is that like your level of crazy though? That's it?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I don't think there's been any other, but that's not crazy. That's just like
No, it's not. Yeah,
it's something that I got. You know, it's in my like head that like we're gonna do.
Yeah,
take this home.
Yeah,
it's probably normal behavior, but for me, it's odd.
Well, no, that's a little. I mean, that's a little much. To ask for the palm to ask to take it home. All right. Why let food go to waste? That's an attraction in a girl. But I'm already on 95, and you're asking me to turn around with the fucking chicken palm. That's a bit much.
I'm on the 10 East.
But you would never end up if you were gay in a Dama situation, because you would never step foot in that apartment to begin with. You know.
No, I think we talked about this before. As soon as you walk in and you smell whatever the hell that smell was, you just turn around and you walk out. Done.
But even when he cleaned it and it was clean, you walk into that and there's like, this is a troubled man. There's nothing here. There's a couch, a fish tank, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, man. I just find it, like you said, I find it hard to believe that these people didn't know that this guy was nuts.
Put it this way, I went over to a girl's house once, and it's the first time I was there, and I walked in, and her floor, she had no chest of drawers, none of that shit. Her shirts and everything were on the floor, and the bed was in the middle of the living room, where like the living room should have been, but there was a bed there. No bed frame, no nothing, just laying on the floor. Now, I have a theory on this. If you have a bed with no bed frame and just nothing, and you just got it laying on the floor, you're either going to end up in prison someday, or the cops are going to be at your door sooner rather than later. There are so many photographs or video of people or police breaking into a house, that illegal activity is going on, and there is no bed frame in the house. If you're missing a bed frame in the house, something's wrong with you. That's all I'm saying.
Right? No, I hear you, man. Either that or you're maybe a struggling actor. But yeah, the bed on the floor speaks volumes, man. We're not. Yeah, this is not a normal situation.
It comes with a frame. The bed, when you buy a bed, it comes with a frame, right? It's not like the frame is extra. Yeah. No. Listen, when you buy a bed, it comes with a box spring, generally speaking, a box spring and a mattress and a frame with wheels on it. Now, for you to get home and go, fuck, I ain't building this frame, and throw the frame away and just put the bed on the floor, psychosis, bro. Something wrong with you. I'm telling you. Something's wrong.
So, I don't remember with Dama. Oh, what about, speaking of beds, when Dama would, whenever after he'd kill someone, he would just sit in that blood on the edge of the bed with the person. It's just unbelievable, man.
Did you get to the part where he's drinking blood out of the bags?
No.
Did you watch this thing, bro?
Wait. Oh, wait, yes. I saw him drink some blood, and he got sick.
Well, no, remember he was working at that blood bank, drawing blood out of people? And then he took the bags home, and he cut the bag, and he drank the blood. I'm like, God damn, isn't that like...
Just pouring it all on his body. And oh! What about the two cops, when the two cops are interrogating him? There's a white cop and a black cop, right? And I only bring that up because the black cop a lot of times would like get angry because he felt Dama was taking advantage of black people, which he also killed a lot of white people, but I could see because of the neighborhood where it was. But every time the black guy would yell at him, I'm sitting there going, hey, stop yelling at him because he's going to clam up. He's telling us everything right now. The white guy was trying to talk to him, the white cop, more like almost like it was no big deal. It's like, so tell us when you cooked the body. What part of the body did you cook, Jeff? just like that, And Jeff would be like, the liver was really good, So
what a screwed up guy, man.
Can I just have the electric chair, you think? Oh my God. Remember when he asked that shit?
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah, I did what I did. I got caught, and just kill me. Because ain't no... what are you going to do? Defend that? They're bringing out the body parts out of your apartment. And what are you going to go? Not guilty?
Yeah. But I still don't understand, like, with the Black Death guy, for example, right? He really liked that guy, and that guy really liked him. And at one point, the guy's going, I got to go to work. I'll be back next week. And, even though he hadn't let Jeffrey have sex with him yet, you could tell... One more date, and you were going to get everything you want. You're going to get it all. We're going to get naked and sweaty, baby. And Dama's got the hammer behind him, and I'm going, guy, just let him come back Friday. He's going to bang you. He's going to bang you all weekend. Put the hammer away. Would you rather lay next to a dead body or fuck a live one? Just give it one more week of staring at the fish. You got this, Jeff. You got this. Right? And then the guy left, but he forgot his keys. Oh, shit.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Yeah, no, this was a sickness. This guy was out of his mind, bro. It was. Now,
do you think I meant to ask you, Jeffrey Dahmer's game that you were talking about? Do you think somebody has that as like some sicko collector's items? They collect serial killers stuff, at auction.
Oh, you didn't get to the part where they talk about this?
No, bro. Why? So at the end of I didn't finish. How many are there?
I finished in 3 days. It's going on a month for you.
This thing is like it's never ending. Every time I think I'm on the last episode, there's another killing, another flashback. I got to be close to the end. So why? Just fill me in here.
There's 10 episodes.
I'm probably on 10, maybe 9.
Basically, a guy with a lot of money bought everything because they were auctioning this stuff off to pay the families. But this guy was like, I'll pay $100,000 extra for all of it. And he burned it. He buried it because he didn't want people having this stuff as a memento or a collector's item.
Right.
So he bought it all
right.
and destroyed it. That must be in episode 9 or 10. But yeah, you're almost done, bro. You're almost done.
Oh wow, that's fascinating.
So that's our time here for today. We started a little late, so we gotta get another episode in here. Pete and Sebastian show, Patreon. Pete and Sebastian show on Patreon. Once again, $5 extra episode, some behind the scenes footage. So go there. I don't know when this is coming out, but SebastianLive.com. I only got a few more weekends left of the Nobody Does This tour, and then I am taking a hiatus from stand-up comedy. I'm not going to be traveling around the country. I'm going to sit here and do some TV and film stuff. So get your tickets there at SebastianLive.com. Any final words?
No, same thing. Just PeteCorreale.com. Playing a bunch of dates coming up. I don't know when this is going to air either. So, go to PeteCorreale.com and you'll see where I'll be.
There you have it.
Thanks for
Pete
listening.
Sebastian Show. Signing off.